There we go. Hey, what's going on? This is another episode of the the reporter vlog for May 23rd, 2025 on a Friday. Good old Friday. Let me gotta make sure everything's straight. Yeah, cut that off. Always cut off your Bluetooth because it interferes with the audio. But like I said, this is another episode of the reporter vlog for May 23rd. Um, May 23rd for 2025 on a Friday. Um, well, I guess you can say it's another edition of Trump Docs as well. A journey for at least 4 years, God willing, of Donald J. Trump. But let's get right into it. As once again he makes news, and he's like a gift that keeps on giving for as the journalists and the reporters. But once again, he makes news. Let's get right into it. Trump threatens 25% tariffs on Apple unless iPhones are made in the USA. That's right. He is threatening or so-called blackmailing uh, Apple unless iPhones are made in the USA. But let's get right into it. I'll commentate on that after I read the story. Give this news safety net. As far as my credits, this is from the AP, updated at 7:50 a.m. It's the standard time on May 23rd, 2025. Written by Associated Press editor Josh Boak, Boak, Boak. Okay, Washington. President Trump on Friday threatened to put a 25% tariff on Apple products unless iPhones are manufactured in the United States. The threat delivered over social media could dramatically increase the price of iPhones, potentially hurting sales and the profits of one of America's leading technology companies. The company now joins Amazon, Walmart, and other major companies as being in the White House's crosshairs. And they tried to respond to the uncertainty and the inflationary pressures unleashed by the import taxes being imposed by Trump. I have a long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect their iPhones to be sold in the United States of America and will be manufactured and built in the United States, not in India and or any place else. Trump posted on Truth Social, if that is not the case, the tariffs will be at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the U.S. Does it? Let me continue. Apple, led by CEO Tim Cook, in response to Trump's tariffs on China, was looking to shift iPhone manufacturing to India as a just supplies chain. The plan has become a festering source of frustration for the United States. U.S. president who also brought it up during the Mideast trip. Wow, wow, wow. Once again, he just don't get it. He don't care to get it. Uh, Once again, this is another example of somebody that, like I said, just don't get it. The United States doesn't have the cell phone technology. They don't have the workers to make cell phones. That's all it's to it. Sorry, Patriots. Sorry, take whoever's. The United States doesn't have the capability to make cell phones within their own country. But if you go to India, If you go to China, they do. Because they are far ahead of the United States. Far ahead of the United States. They know they have the patience, they have the manpower, the screw in every screw in right to make everything make the phone put together the phone just right. But the United States is not that kind of country. He did but like I said, he just don't get it. He's just so sold to the fact that if I blackmail this person, if I blackmail that person, they will do what I want them to do. But sorry, you can't you can't blackmail and get your way all the time. You really can't. In this paragraph I'm staring at right now tells the truth. I have long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect their iPhones will be sold in the United States of America and will be manufactured and built in the United States or not India or any place else. Trump posted on Truth Social. If that's not the case, the tariffs will be at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the United States. Must be paid by Apple to the United States. If I was Tim Cook, I would pick up Apple and move to another country. Shoot, if I was Tim Cook and I heard some blackmail garbage like that, I would take up Apple, and move to another country because he's being blackmailed into something that is impossible. Because, like I said, United States they don't get the capability, they don't get the workers to put together cell phones at a consistent rate. Like I mentioned earlier today, where do you think Steve Jobs got them ideas from? Not in the United States. He got them outside the United States. But he just don't seem to get it. He thinks he thinks he don't need nobody uh, to uh, to to help him out because he's so full of himself. That's what it's all about. He's full of himself, and he thinks he don't need nobody whatsoever. He thinks Americans stand on their own 2 feet, but America cannot stand on their own 2 feet. Shoot, because like I said, if you truly look at every last piece of clothes manufacturers, every last thing in this country, there is no made in the USA whatsoever on them tags. It's either made in India, made in China, made in Taiwan, made in Hong Kong. No made in the USA. It's been like that since Trump was born. But he just don't seem to get it. He just don't seem to get it. He don't want to get it because he's so, like I say, he's so sold to to them turtles that he's going to blackmail everybody into doing what he wants. And because that's what this is. The paragraph once again. If if you truly look at this paragraph in this story, about him, which I'm gonna read one more time. I have a long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect the iPhone to be sold in the United States. That's demand. That's pretty much the demand. Him demanding. America will be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or any place else. Trump posted on Truth Social. If not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the United States. Does that make any sense? See, he just don't know. The United States need Apple. Apple don't need the United States. Shoot, 'cause like I said, Tim Cook could take his business somewhere else, you know, if he wanted to. He can go over to overseas to China where he won't have to worry about being blackmailed into doing something that is impossible. And this is impossible because the United States they don't make their own things other than Chevy, other than Ford, other than maybe Buick. What has the United States ever made by themselves? What has the United States have ever made by themselves without any outside help? And that's why I want. That's the question that I want answered. I shot this question in on TikTok, but and nobody has yet to answer my question. What has the United States, other than outside of Ford, outside of Buick, outside of Chevy, what has the United States made by themselves that didn't require any outside help? And I'm gonna shoot. It's to anybody that hears this episode. Anybody. It is nothing. It's nothing. But he's in another world, which isn't nothing new. Then he's gonna strong arm a giant that you pretty much need to keep the economy flowing. This is a big time giant. Apple is small cheap company. Apple ain't a small company because they continue to grow. It's a company that continues to grow, continues to expand upon the next hot thing. That's what Apple does. But you're looking at a guy that doesn't have a clue about what real business is all about. I ain't saying I'm a businessman myself, but I got more common sense than him. Shoot, I got more common sense than him because, like I said, United States needs Apple. Apple don't need the United States. Because like I said, people outside the United States will appreciate it, will highly appreciate Apple if you ever would take away Apple from the United States, which seemed like a good idea. Because like I said, he is being blackmailed into doing something that is impossible. Nobody don't want to put together cell phones in this country. Nobody don't want to put together cell phones in this country. Shoot, something that Trump hasn't done in his life. You truly think he in his life has been a cell phone manufacturer? No, no. But like I said, I'm throwing this out here. I'm gonna throw this question on in this episode. What has this country made by themselves outside of Ford, outside of Chevy, or outside of any? Yeah, that's it. Outside of Ford, outside of Chevy, and I think Buick, outside the Buick company. What has this country made by themselves without any outside help? Nothing. Nothing. But you probably got a different opinion, a different answer than I do. But I'm just gonna leave that question out in this episode. What has America made by themselves outside them three companies, them three heavyweight companies that's still going strong despite his tariffs, despite his tariffs. But that's all I got for this one. Um, God help him. He needs all the help. He needs all the mental help he can get. uh, um, but that's gonna do it. There's another episode of the reporter vlog for May 23rd on a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Y'all have a good one. I'm gone. Have a good weekend. I'm gone.